Hello again, Tinko Tinef here, and I guess Tinko here. Thank you for watching these videos. So I was talking about the ideal or true love or ideal partners, and realizing that I should be an ideal partner if I want to find one, or I don't know if it's really find. I guess if you work on yourself to become an ideal person, or someone who can, have patience and, is more like doesn't overreact emotionally in a situation. This is not an easy thing, to do, but like if you kind of have in your mind the well-being of others, of like your partner, as a priority, not just as something, oh yeah, I like, I want to take care of this person, but more like, okay, are their feelings more important than mine? And that's not an easy thing to decide, and this is where you realize philosophy and religion, they actually have a lot of benefits. Why am I talking about philosophy and religion? Is because they're not really materialistic, even though, maybe socialists, Marxists will claim, philosophy is more of a materialistic, God denying. But my research shows that when you talk about the invisible parts of oneself, we can't see thoughts, we can't see feelings. We do have visions and dreams, which are not physical, and we cannot prove we had them. Which actually leads to an interesting thought. If Marxists or atheists don't believe, that's my thinking, as a socialist, if being raised a socialist, if we can't believe what we cannot see, why do we believe in Karl Marx, whom we cannot see, or all the communist leaders that we cannot see? They have now become mythological figures. And if we apply skepticism, we can even ask the question, have they ever existed? What is the proof that they ever existed? And what is more scary, actually, is to ask, okay, if they have existed, what are the benefits of their existence? And when we see the millions of dead people in the communist countries and the ruined economies, it's very hard to convince someone that practically there are benefits of being an atheist, of being a Marxist. It feels nice because if you are hurt, or if you don't understand something, it's very easy to blame God, blame religion, blame other people. But even if you do, what are the benefits of blaming them? Does that solve anything? I found myself that I have, as a communist, raised by communists and socialists, I have trillions of very intelligent questions and really no answers to any of them, because we can question religions, we can question God, we can deny God, but what are we offering if we do? What is the alternative? I wasn't happy to find that my lifestyle and the way I was raised, it didn't really answer the questions, because I wished, and I hope they did. I wanted that they do. But the more I tried to kind of become a person, a moral citizen, let's say, the harder it became to see how this is even possible through the suggestions of the Marxist atheist framework of thought. So I was kind of becoming desperate, I guess, and also I thought we are so, such nice people, the socialists, and when I was 16, my parents got a job in Iraq, and I was quite surprised to observe my skepticism because the Muslim people, because they're religious, they were supposed to be delusional, according to the socialist thought system, inherently evil, and irrational, and they were supposed to have a really terrible society. So we were full of fear. Like I was full of fear, with the thought that we're going to such an evil country. According to my own ideology, what I was being taught, Iraq was supposed to be an evil country. So I was very, very suspicious of what I will find there. And it took really long time to let go of my guard by slowly experiencing again and again the kindness and just a very basic, like normal life people wanted to have. They wanted to have normal things. They were at war with Iran, so people were dying every day, and they were retaliating against the attacks and finding enemies in their neighbors, and their neighbors finding enemies with them. But at the same time, when we met people on the streets and in the markets and at school, they were just ordinary people with ordinary, plans and dreams and desires. And there was nothing inherently evil. It was really a failure, I guess, of the indoctrination I received, to consider these people as inherently evil, because they weren't. And their belief in God it actually inspired them to do a lot of good things. They were willing to do a lot of good things because they believed in God. And this was very confusing because there I am, supposedly coming from this, high moral ground country. This is what we were taught to believe. I was in this low moral ground country and inherently evil country, according to my indoctrination. And yet there were these people who you could say were far better than, more moral people than the people living in my communist country. And that was a shocker. It was really confusing. I'll see you in the next episode.